Hey guys, it's Tarot and Beyond. In today's Pick a Card reading, we are looking at the month of August. Technically, this is a timeless reading, so this can apply to any August, but this is coming out for August 2024. So we've got the three options that you see here in front of you. Group number one is the Seven of Cups. Group number two is the Empress card. And group number three is the Page of Wands. We're going to be getting lots of details, so we'll be going into a week-by-week breakdown in addition to overall charms for the month ahead to get any particular guidance that Spirit wants to bring through for you for the upcoming energies of the month. And so if you feel called to more than one, that's fine. There could just be additional messages or information that wants to come through regarding different aspects of the month of August. But use your intuition to guide you through the readings and to the readings that are meant for you. Take what messages from within those readings that resonate and leave the rest, as these are general readings. If you're looking for a personal reading, I will mention that at the end of each reading, I am currently offering a limited time offer on readings, which you can find the link to order in the description box below. Select your reading and we'll see you there. Timestamps and chapters are below to jump ahead. All right, hi group number one. If you were drawn to or you chose the Seven of Cups, this is going to be your reading for August. The Seven of Cups is a little bit of like sometimes confusing energy. So the month of August I'm seeing some kind of a bleed over from July, because July is the month number 7 and we're moving into 8. So there's something of July, themes of July have been carrying over is what I'm being shown. Yeah, I'm also seeing spillover. So if you were going through something in July that was kind of confusing or a little bit like, I guess overwhelming is probably the best word for it. If you were going through something in July that was a little bit overwhelming, it may spill over into August. It doesn't necessarily mean bad overwhelming. Good things can be overwhelming too. But it just feels like there is some crossover, or there is some carryover. Now, that being said, we're going to look at the month ahead broken down into weeks. So I want to this will be the significator energy. So the overall energy is the Seven of Cups, which, like I said, it can be about overwhelm, confusion, some kind of a spillover, daydreaming, and also possibilities. But I did just hear possibility paralysis. So again, this is like overwhelm in regard to too many options or too many ideas or too many creative projects, or you're just feeling a lot of different types of ways. And it's kind of like you're needing to spend some time within yourself or grounding to get clear on what it is that you want or which direction to go. So let's get some information on the first week of August. The first week of August for group number one, Spirit, what do you want to talk about? The Emperor. Talk about getting organized. I don't know why I just heard Virgo, because technically the Emperor is Aries. But I heard Virgo. So something about Virgo, and I did mention getting organized. So that could be the correlation here. The first week of August, you are being called to get organized, to take control. I did just hear liberate, so that will liberate you from any confusion or overwhelm that you may have been experiencing from July into August. So being able to implement some kind of strategy or structure in the first week is going to be greatly, greatly helpful. Now, the reason why is because it's going to give you like a stable foundation to be able to, I'm seeing cross-referencing, something about cross-referencing and cross-comparing. I'm also seeing movement being significant in the first week of August. And Spirit wants you to know that if you come across any obstacles or any challenges that cause you to go into a state of confusion, what they want you to do is kind of like revert back to your inner stability. Use that divine masculine energy of the Emperor to, call forth some kind of a strategy, maybe even a strategy that has worked for you in the past. It's like something that can help you to execute a plan, create a plan, or adapt in some way. I do feel like the first week of August is going to require you to adapt. Group one, I'm getting that. You're going to have to adapt. You're going to need to make some adjustments, but ultimately this is, I think, going to help you to get very clear on the direction you're going and what you're wanting I'm hearing power up. Oh, yeah, the Emperor is very powerful. And I saw 333 on the recording time as I finished that sentence. So, you could be finishing a sentence on something like completion, getting some kind of closure in the first week of August. That could be what is allowing you to close the gap. I'm hearing that came up in a members reading for this week's that I just posted today, actually, the date I'm filming this. And it was about closing the karmic loop or a karmic gap in regard to your destiny. So this could be part of this as well. But I'm seeing like closing the gap between the month of July and the month of August, so that there is some kind of clear delineation or line. Because it feels like they kind of got blended together a little bit here. That one as well. Okay. The 10 of Cups. Whoa. I don't know why I just had this impulse to say, holy schmoly. I've literally never said that in my life. I don't even think I've ever heard anyone say that, but I heard it in my head and I had this like gut impulse to say it, which is usually how things channel through when I'm doing a reading. So maybe somebody in this group who's called to this group says holy schmoly, or maybe it's like an inside joke, or it's like a little synchronicity with you in spirit, or it will become that. I'm not sure. But there's something big going on with the 10 of Cups. This could be a divine masculine energy that maybe you're choosing from some options that you have on who you want to be with, or who you want to date, or how you want to operate in life, or the stability or structures you need to be able to create a happy home. I did see 511 on the time as I was talking about adaptability and structures before, and then I just saw 511 again on the recording time. So I saw it on the actual clock and then I saw it on the recording time. So 511 seems to be a significant activation code for you for the first week of August, group number 1. And 5s are about change, adaptability, finding structures that work to help to it's like a type of routine that can help you to adapt, or it can be structures or traditions or things that worked from the past to help you to get through a time of change. I'm seeing moving trucks right now in my mind clairvoyantly, so there could be something in the first week of August where there's moving, like maybe you're moving or you're in transit. 5s are about movement and transit as well. And again, it's like having some kind of a structure, like a moving truck and a moving plan and an organized, like being organized about how you're doing this transition or movement is basically what I'm seeing for the first week. Okay, let's get the second week. I was planning on doing like one card for each, or I wasn't really sure, but I guess we're going to do 2 cards for each. So we'll do 2. Okay. So for the second week of August, you have the 7 of Wands. 7 is a significant number for you, group number 1. So pay attention to number 7 as well, which can be about rest, introspection, spirituality, deep respite, and reclusivity. I heard that phrase, deep respite and reclusivity. Okay, so that's the number 7, but the second week of August feels like you are looking to the outside world and gauging where you need to have firmer boundaries, or where your own structures of stability need to be more rigid. This is what I'm seeing, because in July, it feels like you got inundated with something emotionally or options, right? With that 7 of Cups energy, it's giving me past, right? It's giving me past, and it's associated to July. So there was something there was like an overwhelm. And so in the second week of August, you maybe you have like a lot of plans or something, and you need to be a little bit more rigid about how you're giving your time and energy to people or to these events or expectations that are coming up, because I do feel like your energy is going to be, I guess, like pulled in all directions. Let's get a clarifier for the second week. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, I was almost going to say the word discerning, and now here she comes, the Queen of Discernment herself in the flesh. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. So you in the second week of August are going to need to plan ahead yet again. So first and second week, a lot of planning is happening because you're needing to basically be very discerning and intentional. I want to say intentional with your time and with your energy. So very clear stipulations on your boundaries, Clear communication with other people on your boundaries is going to be helpful here too. So the second week, if you need to express to someone, hey, I'm not going to be able to make this deadline, or I'm not going to be able to make it to this event, or I know we planned this out, but I was a little bit I overestimated or underestimated how long this would take me, or something like that. I am seeing that you'll be also able to make some kind of plans for, I'm seeing like third week and fourth week of August, which we haven't gotten to yet, but we'll talk about that as we do. But I'm seeing you making plans. Like they showed me the calendar and the Queen of Swords looking at intentionally at the dates in the latter half of August and planning some things out or adding some things into your calendar. So I think you're kind of like learning that you need to spread some things out so that you don't spread yourself too thin. And that way you stay in your energetic integrity, you stay in alignment, you're being honest with yourself the second week of August about what you can and can't accomplish, and you are allocating time and resources appropriately. That's really what I'm seeing here. So it's good. It's progress, right? You're able to kind of take what you learned or what happened in July and extrapolate meaning from that and derive some kind of a plan that will be more effective for you going forward. Okay, now fourth week of August for group 1. What is going on? What do they need to know about the fourth week of August? I keep kind of almost feeling like I need to stop and pull a card, but then it's like I just keep going. So maybe it feels like the fourth week of August is a bit of a drag. Let me see. 8 of Wands, and I did just hear keep going when I picked up the card, when I held it and looked at it. And it's interesting because I was saying maybe the fourth week feels like a bit of a drag, but the 8 of Wands is actually a really fast moving energy. And as I was saying that sentence, I had this intuitive nudge to slow down, because usually I just like rattle off like a million different messages because they come in really fast for me. That's just the way I channel. That's the way my brain works. And I had this feeling like slow down. So I don't think that the drag is a bad thing. I think that the momentum has been building since, I'm hearing pre-July. Okay, so even before July, the momentum has been building. And it's kind of like it's starting to hit its peak, okay? By the third week of August, the energy, the momentum, things you've set into motion. I'm hearing manifestations, okay? So like manifestations that you've been trying to get off the ground are taking flight. You are seeing the beginning stages of a lot of massive shifts in your life. That's the number 5 again, like transitions and changes and shifts. And these are results of what you've been desiring or manifesting or that you've dreamed of, right? So it's a good thing, but change in any form can feel overwhelming. And I think that's why the third week, I meant third week. But there, again, this could bleed into the fourth week as well, because they were showing me this, the latter half of August being significant here to making some kind of plans. You're needing to slow down the third week. And so make sure that you're giving yourself time. I'm hearing freedom. So time freedom, the third week would be helpful for you, group number 1. Maybe setting aside intentional time. I'm hearing carving out. Okay, that's a phrase some people say, like carving out time for yourself, making sure that you are dedicating certain people. I'm hearing something about certain people. Dedicating time to certain people in small increments, or slowing down to be intentional when you're with certain people. Yeah, I'm getting that energy too, especially in family and love. This can be like friends, soul family, physical family, relationships of all kinds. They're saying in the third week, slow down and be intentional with your relationships, because it's going to help you to actually speed up. This is another message or synchronicity spirit's been bringing through a lot lately. Slow down to speed up. Slow down to speed up, especially third week of August. Early in the third week of August, the more you are able to kind of pull back a bit and carry over that energy of discernment and boundaries to allocate your time wisely, that's what's going to help you speed up. Okay, let's see a clarifier for the third week. The 5 of crystals. Yeah, I feel I feel like you're actually going to have some kind of income coming in. Now, the Five of Crystals, the Five of Pentacles is usually about not having enough or lack or feeling isolated. So again, I think there's two kind of messages that are coming through for the third week here. I did just see 1333 and number 77 as well. And you do have 77. I'm seeing 77 like on my laptop is charging and it's at 77%. So I feel like the first message here with the Five of Crystals in the third week is that you are needing to give time to people who may feel a little bit neglected, because those who you're closest to may have suffered the most from you having a lot on your plate in July and August, and you may have had to set some boundaries with some of those people because it was a self-protective thing, or because, like I was saying before, there was some kind of underestimation or overestimation of your energy, of your time, of what you were able to accomplish. And so there are certain people who are needing a little bit more of your attention. And if you are able to swing that, then I think that would be good. If you love these people and it's important, then of course, be sure to give them your time and energy to make sure that they're not feeling neglected. The other part of this is don't neglect yourself. And getting caught up in all of this action and all of these like ideas and movement and momentum and everything that's going on in August. It feels like a busy month, I gotta say. Feels like a busy month. So make sure that you're not getting kind of swept off your feet and then stumbling and falling. So that's why I think they're saying slow down to speed up, because the slower you go, the less likely you are to stumble and fall. And the other message I was getting here with the Five of Crystals is that you're actually going to be getting some kind of momentum or movement with your finances. And so you're going to see something come in on the third week. Maybe it's a paycheck, or I'm getting unexpected, something about an unexpected payment or an influx. Oh, no, I did just hear unexpected charge. You could get an unexpected charge and you have to pay it, or a fee of some kind and you have to pay it. So in the third week, they're telling me that you'll have enough, but it might feel a bit tight, or it might feel disruptive. It might feel like a bit of a challenge, but there's some kind of like a bigger momentum that's going on. So if that does happen in the third week, either you're going to get money coming in to pay it, so it'll be fine, or you're going to have to pay something that you didn't expect, and it's going to be kind of frustrating, but ultimately it's going to lead to more money. So I'm just seeing money coming in, but it also needs to go out. So third week, be mindful of that. Maybe it's something you want to buy even, like it doesn't necessarily have to be a charge in terms of like something you don't want, like a fee or late notice. I just heard something like that, or whatever, but it could be something you want to. And so you're buying it, but then you're like, uh-oh, there goes my paycheck or something like that. So just be kind of mindful of the third week. I think that you'll come out of it fine. Just be conscientious of this energy, basically. Okay, fourth week, the Six of Crystals. Yeah, you'll come out of it fine. You'll be fine. Because 5 and then 6, like it's very back to back here. That's significant, and it's sequential. So you are going from a little bit of like a tightness there into, oh, okay, everything's fine. And there's more that comes in. And like, I just keep seeing that money coming in the latter half of August. So you're going to see some money come in, or you're going to be given something or gifted something. Unexpected charges will turn into unexpected rewards, I just heard. Oh, yeah, that's why they kept showing me like you're going to be getting money, but you're also going to have to be paying it. But then you get it back. So it comes in, it goes out, and then it comes back in. And it kind of like comes in threes, or there's something about that too. But the Six of Crystals here in the fourth week, I'm getting this energy of being mindful of where you're giving your time or your resources, time, money, energy, focus, being intentional so that you're not overgiving or overtaking. And the universe, wow. I feel like this is going to be a really big month, group number 1 for you. I mean, for everyone, but especially for you. It's going to be a month of completions. It's going to be a month of closure. It's something is coming full circle here. You've learned a lesson, I'm hearing from Spirit. Okay, so you've learned a lesson by the 4th week, by the end of August. You have mastered this. And it's to do with your personal power. It could be to do with business or money. And like I'm hearing work-life balance. So being able to balance out your personal life, your social calendar with your work schedule. There's been a lesson mastered here, and then it's balancing out or harmonizing your finances and your energy. Because as you master that lesson, basically what's happening, what they're showing me is like you master how to invest your energy and how to protect your energy. And then that translates very directly to your finances, because money is just currency of the physical realm. And energy is the currency of the non-physical realm, vital force energy. So they're very much directly correlated. And you've mastered or completed a cycle or a lesson in regard to that by the end of August. I'm seeing something about the Lion's Gate. Now, it's funny that it's being referenced here in the pyramid for the 4th week of August, when technically the Lion's Gate is in the 1st week. So there's something, maybe something that comes full circle around that time. It's like a power structure is what they're showing me. And I'm seeing Metatron's cube. So it could be like something to do with sacred geometry, or like a divine order or balance that you've been able to create. Your energy is more balanced. I did just hear that from Spirit. And I'm seeing mirroring numbers, 82, 28. So you're able to see the mirror and balance or harmonize. And 8s are to do with power and money and karma. And 2 is balance and also relationships. So again, lots of these themes are showing up through your reading, even in the numerology. Okay, so back to 4th week. You are successful, I'm hearing, in this harmony that you're creating going forward. And I'm seeing October being shown, August, and then September and October. So something significant, they're bringing up October specifically. So there's something significant that's going to happen in October that may have been catalyzed in July. July and October are connected. They're showing me that clairvoyantly. I'm seeing those 2 months. So there's something of an energetic, like a bridge almost between July and October. So think about what happened in July, because it seems very significant to August and then going forward even into October. So themes that arose in July are like wrapping up. I'm hearing you're wrapping things up, and they're showing me a director going, that's a wrap. Yeah, so you're completing. The universe in this deck is the World card, so it's come full circle. It's number 21, and as I was saying that, I saw number 21 twice on the recording. It was 2121. And I do mention numerology in a lot of my readings. I do mention the numbers that I see that I'm either being shown clairvoyantly or that are showing up at the time or the recording. But I'm noticing, group number 1, that I'm saying a lot of numbers in your reading. Like, it's not usually this many, okay? Like, if you're new to the channel, this is not the norm, all right? But like, there's some reason why numbers are significant, and it could be to do with, like, again, that geometry or mathematics, or something to do with the dates. Like the 21st could be significant, or the 28th of the month, because we saw 21, we saw 28, the number 7, so the 7th of the month could be significant as well. Yeah, there's a lot of like timing and numerology and energetic like stamps is what they just showed me, a stamp. Okay. And I looked up and it was 222. Jesus Christ, you can't, like, it's like nonstop. So you guys are probably going to be seeing a lot of synchronicities and number codes and stuff like that through the month of August. If you haven't begun to see those already, pay attention to those, because they have significance to your, I'm hearing something about a project. Something about a project. Is this, Spirit, is this a physical project, or is this an energetic project? I heard energetic project that will manifest in the physical by October. Oh. So group 1 started in July. I knew there was a connection between July and August, or October. Well, all 3. It's like boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So there's something that you maybe had the idea for. Creative idea, yeah, the Seven of Cups can talk about the inspiration to do something, or having a lot of creative ideas all at once, or daydreaming about something and receiving some kind of a vision. It can be very like Neptunian, where you're going into the fantasy and being able to download or channel information or ideas. So you could have been channeling some stuff in July. And even though it came in a little like hot and heavy, maybe overwhelming, in August, you're finding a way to start. I'm hearing catalyze. Okay, you're starting to catalyze the movement of that energy that will physically manifest by October. They are showing me that. It's very physical, tangible, realistic, but it has to start out as an idea. It has to start out as a concept before it can become concrete. They just said concept to concrete. Cool. Okay, I'm wondering what this is. They said we'll show you more in the charms, but I was gonna get, no, we're not doing those. Okay, never mind. I was gonna get some like oracle cards. They said we can get them after if we want. Okay, we'll see how we feel called. All right, I'm gonna put that away. Let's get your charms out, and I will zoom you in. Okay. So for group number 1, what else do they need to know about October? Oh my God, no, not October. August, but it's connected to that. So let's find out what's going on here. Okay, so you have what is this, purple clamshell and pearl that fell outside the mental zone. So it's like there's a pearl of wisdom that's coming in August that will be integrated. So yes, pay attention to ideas that you have, because that's the overarching energy, that Seven of Cups, right? Like you're going to get some kind of an idea, a download, channeled messages may have started in July, but you're going to keep getting them in August, and it'll make sense. I'm hearing something will make sense. Okay. Make sense, like it will make you money. Sense, CENTS. But I was also seeing it as like sense, like you'll understand it. Yeah. Okay. Those are kind of crossed and I'll leave them like that. Oh, those are hooked together. Ooh, okay, I'm excited. All right, let's look at these. So we'll start with the mental and go around into the physical and then self. So in the mental, you've got the sun. So it feels like August, and August is Leo season mostly, and it is ruled by the sun. So solar energy is going to be very significant for you. The sun in the tarot represents healing and clarity, consciousness, the light of day, being able to see something clearly. And I'm seeing that happening here because you also have the wrench. So it feels like you're fixing something, or you're able to create some kind of a new structure that helps you to heal. You could be healing something in the mental space in August, and also getting clarity on what you need to do to be able to heal, or to be able to make things, like they're showing me tightening up. Yeah, like you're tightening up something in the mind so that it doesn't break, or so that it's more stable. That's very Emperor energy, like the stability. So I'm seeing you being able to make these, I'm hearing amendments, okay? Amendments, changes, being adaptable, tightening things up that were loose, and then that really helps you to channel your energy effectively, especially through the mind, because you did have that Queen of Swords that came up. So there's a lot of mental stimulation, clear thinking, problem solving, adaptability, like brilliant ideas, okay? Group number 1. So pay attention to your ideas, like have a journal on you all the time, and brain dump whenever something comes in. Write it down, or do a voice note on it or something. Just remember what's coming through, because in the month of August, you're going to get a lot of downloads. You're going to get a lot of ideas, and there a lot of them, not all of them they're telling me, but a lot of them are coming from your higher self, from spirit. You're channeling a lot here. So be mindful of that. And they said make adjustments as required, or as needed, or as you're called to do so, because there's some divine wisdom that's going to be coming from the outside in through the mental space. Telepathy could also be significant here. I just heard that. Okay. Spiritual realm, you have, let's talk about this. So these two are actually together, and you've got the like crossbones of the around the eye in the shape of the Merkaba in the self, connected to a shoe. I don't know how that freaking happened in the bag, but somehow they became connected. So your eyes, yeah, it's almost like your eyes are going to help you move forward spiritually. Like awareness of self is going to help you make some practical steps forward spiritually this month. Enlightenment, I did just hear that. Enlightenment, you have 2 keys in the self, which we'll talk about as well later, but enlightenment, and you have the blue butterfly. So a significant transformation in the month of August. I did see the number 28 again. So the 28th of the month could be an important day, if there is even there's 28 days. Yeah, for sure. Okay. I'm hearing something about magnifying what? Magnifying a point in your consciousness that helps you to expand spiritually. Because there's some stuff that's unlocking here. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of transformation. You actually have 3 butterflies total and 2 keys, 2 moons and some hearts. So it's like you're unlocking something from within the subconscious mind. You're unlocking something from the deep emotional realms that's helping you to transform. And I think that that's where some of these ideas are coming from. It's like they're deep, deep within you, and you're uncovering them or accessing them. And then in August, it's like you're able to like, you're seeing clearly which doors you need to go through. And it may have felt like a maze before, like it was confusing and there were too many options. But now it's like you've mapped it out, or you've created a structure to be able to get through the maze, like a strategy to get through the maze. Like, what do they say? If you're in a maze, you're supposed to like keep your arm on, I can't remember which side, which wall, and then you like trace it around, and then eventually you'll find your way out. It's kind of like, oh, okay, yep, they just showed me clairvoyantly a Rubik's Cube. So it's kind of like, again, it may feel confusing if you don't know how to play it or how to do it. But if you learn the order of operations, you know how those people can like speed run and do Rubik's Cubes really fast because they know the combinations, they know the codes. And they're bringing me back to the fact that we've been talking a lot about numbers in your reading group number 1. I'm seeing 88. Yeah, 88. There's coding that you're being able to unlock in August, and it's going to help you to move more efficiently. I'm hearing something about repair. Yeah, so it's an evolution, and it's a repair. I did hear karmically. Okay, a lot going on for you. Geez Louise, in the month of August. Emotionally, another butterfly. So like I was saying, a lot of emotional transformation. You have the moon in the emotional space as well. And this usually does speak to me directly of emotions, but sometimes they're hidden or repressed with the moon, or distorted, and kind of like an illusory type of energy. So I think you're getting, again, clear. Yeah, clear. They're showing me a butterfly flying at night in the stars, and everything looks really sparkly and beautiful. So it's a nice scene or image that they showed me. Feels like a dream realm. So pay attention to your dreams, because there could be some emotional information that helps you understand something consciously in the month of August. Maybe keep a dream journal or just reflect on them. I'm hearing topic of interest. What is a topic of interest? The dreams? Oh, the dreams will present a topic of interest to you, but that may prevent something from happening in a negative way, or you'll be able, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of antidote. Is that how that saying goes? I heard something like that. Yeah, you're going to be able to fix something, and it's going to save you a bunch of money. Maybe that's what it is. It's like, let's say, for example, you get, the 3rd week you had that expenditure. So let's say, for example, you need to fix your car. But if you did, and you have a dream that your car breaks down, and you're like, oh, it's time to fix my car. So you go, you take it to the mechanic, they fix it for an additional fee, and it's like, crap, I have to pay that. But if you hadn't, you may have had to buy an entirely new car, because something would have, like a gasket would have blown, and then you would have had to get an entirely new transmission, or you just scrap it and get a new car. So this analogy, I mean, I don't think it's literal, it could be, but in this metaphor, it's like, an ounce of prevention is worth so much more, because you are making sure that what you're taking care of in the moment is not going to become way worse. And if this is an energetic thing that we're talking about, again, it's like having those boundaries in the second week is really going to help you to prevent any kind of burnout or overwhelm. And it's going to keep things really balanced. And this is how you complete the cycle, and you learn the lesson, and you clear the karma, and you upgrade and up level and all that. That's how things are getting unlocked here. And then finally, in the emotional space, you also have the heart with a wing on it. So there's a lot of angelic, look, you have 3 wings kind of all clustered together right here. So 3 people could be significant who are helpful or supportive this month. And I'm also seeing that you're very, very protected. Emotionally, you get information and downloads from the angels or from spirit. So again, make sure that you have a journal on hand this month, because you're going to be downloading a lot, especially if you're already intuitive or psychic, or you do readings, or you get ideas sometimes, or you're highly creative. If I'm talking to you, you know who you are. Write everything down this month, even more than you normally do, because you're going to get information that is crucial, vital, and very, very helpful. And they're saying the word prevention again. So it'll prevent something negative or potentially harmful, and it will be really like a good thing in the end that will come out of that. In the self, what is this? Ooh, a little golden cobra. I have never seen this charm come out before. So that is a first. So for you, group number 1, you're first here. There's a first of some kind in the self. This cobra reminds me of fearlessness in this moment. That's what I'm getting from it. Fearlessness, being able to face the snake in the basket and be calm as you dance with it. You keep eye contact with it, and it doesn't attack you, because you're able to remain grounded. You are in your power. This is in the self. So, and it's golden snake, even could have to do with your personal power, as in your vital force energy or energy, like I was saying before. And Kundalini could be part of this too with the snake. I'm hearing third eye. Oh yeah, you did have the eye here. So third eye could be significant. And you have the fox. So I feel like you are, they said an ounce of prevention again. So I feel like you are getting some kind of clarity by facing a fear, or by facing a part of the self, so that there's no deception. The fox can sometimes talk about deception or illusion or secrecy. It's kind of like 7 of Swords energy. But in the lighter sense, when I've seen fox spirit show up in my life, which has been many times over the years, they usually come in, the foxes or the fox archetype will show up when I'm going through a transition period. And I did mention the number 5 being significant, and the energy of adaptability really translates or correlates with the fox. So being able to adapt, being able to change gears at a moment's notice, being able to switch up the energy or change your schedule around at a moment's notice. So maybe like not locking things in, or, you know, like don't pack your schedule too full in August. Make sure you're leaving room. And they're bringing me back to that message earlier we had about time freedom, because that's going to help you to adapt and flow with your intuition. Because I think you're going to get a lot of like in the moment type of intuitive hits or downloads where you need to just follow that. And sometimes you might need to just chase a butterfly, and you can't do that if you've got like this at this time and this at this time and this at this time. So create space if you can, because it's going to help you to evolve spiritually, because it's like your intuition is going to guide you to things that are important this month. Love could be significant. You do have the 2 hearts in the self. So falling in love with yourself could lead to an emotional connection with someone else, because I'm feeling like this 2 of hearts in the self is connected to this one over here in the emotional space. Could be a connection with a friend. I'm hearing best friend. Earth angels coming together. I'm seeing something about that, like 2 angel wings. Yeah, earth angels coming together. This could be a romantic partner or a potential that comes in as well, and you will feel very safe and at home with them. It feels like home frequency, angel vibes for sure. Like this person's an earth angel, you're an earth angel, and you just click, or you just get each other. Birds of a feather. I'm hearing birds of a feather flock together. So if you're moving, they're moving too, or if you're being adaptable, they're adapting with you. They're showing me a dance again, like the cobra, like you're dancing with life in August. Being in the flow, being in the rhythm. being synchronistically attuned to the right frequencies and the people who are in those frequencies as well. Okay, let's talk about these keys. They're drawing my attention to the keys. So you have 2 ornate, beautiful keys here in the self. So there's going to be some keys that are going to unlock. I actually did write a synchronicity about keys right before I sat down to do this reading. And technically we're still in July right now, but at the time I'm filming this, but that's significant. I always pay attention to what happens before, during, and even after a reading. Oftentimes there's confirmation that comes after. So same thing for you. Pay attention to those little keys that show up. Again, they're saying write everything down. That's going to be helpful because it will help you to see the bits and pieces that may have felt in the past disjointed, and you're going to be able to put it together is what I'm seeing here. You got another moon here in the self. I heard self-care when I held this one up. So make some time, like I was saying, for self-care. This is what's actually going to elevate your frequency. Your vibration will benefit. And you have the emotional and these are kind of in between emotional and self, 2 angel wings. So again, you giving to someone else is you're going to receive back. One's bigger than the other. So maybe it's like somebody who you're taking under your wing. This could be like a mentor-mentee type of dynamic, or this could be an older sibling, a younger sibling, parent-child. One person is more advanced in one area, the other person is not to say that that's better or worse. It's just they're just at different stages, but there's mutual love here, attraction. I'm hearing something about attraction. Yeah, older and younger, something about that. And no, they want me to talk about this one first. We'll come back to that. There's like this one's like an interesting little butterfly because it's kind of warped, like the way that it's bent like that. And it just came like that. So it's not like it got bent. It was just like that. So something about yourself you may feel that was imperfect. Maybe you're embracing it and you're being like, it's okay if I'm a little bit warped in this way. It's like I'm hearing manufacturer defect. Oh, no, you're not defective, group number 1. No, but sometimes we all have areas where we feel like that, right? Or maybe we have some kind of a disorder or disability from the jump, right? We incarnate into a body that's maybe not perfect. And that's okay because there's a reason for that. It's connected to your spiritual journey here. Again, they're giving me the word enlightenment. So being able to see and accept this part of yourself, maybe something you inherited, because the bones on this Merkaba is reminding me of genetics and DNA. So it could be something you inherited that you rejected at one point or saw as a flaw, but really it's actually a stepping stone for you to advance or to level up or to own your authenticity with confidence, because the heels, which is what that is there, does remind me of confidence. I heard best foot forward. Yeah, put your best foot forward. Okay. And lastly, we have this beautiful silver starfish. So, I heard alchemize. Okay. Ocean energy could be significant too. The self, maybe you're going to the beach or something in the month of August, and that will be a very healing experience for you. Or maybe it's like something about your confidence, or you're doing that with a friend and it's like a bonding experience together. It's transformational for both, I'm hearing. But yeah, the silver starfish can talk about regeneration, alchemy, slow intentional movement. Again, slow down to speed up, purification. What was it? What was the first thing that they said? Alchemy or something? I can't remember now. But yeah, it feels like you're taking something and you're transforming it into something of value within yourself and in relationship to another person or to spirit in general. Yeah. So overall, group number 1, powerful month ahead. So take note of all of the information that you're receiving emotionally, psychically, intuitively, your dreams at night. All of this information is going to be really helpful for you in your advancement, in your learning cycles, in unlocking keys and codes in within you, from like DNA level stuff to subconscious to spiritual advancement, and these something to do with a project, relationships with friends and soul family members. Like all of these things are positively influenced or impacted this month when you are aware and discerning with watching what's going on energetically and observing it. Just be in that observer role. You're going to see a lot, you're going to receive a lot, and you're going to be able to take action on that, and it'll come to fruition at some point in October. Specifically, they keep saying that. So bring that through for you. 4333 on the recording time. Okay, are we going to do any final closing oracles? You can if you want, they said. Okay, cool. So I think I will. Maybe not for groups 2 and 3. We'll see how much energy I have. But for you, group number 1, I feel like you guys are going to get that. Okay, so a little extra bonus here if you want to stick around. We've got some oracle decks. I'll just pull a couple of cards from each one to kind of close out your reading or get any final messages that Spirit wants to bring through. Do that one and this one. They're all blue decks. Look at all the decks are blue. I didn't notice that until right now. These are all the ones that Spirit directed me to. So something about the color blue could be significant in the month. Oh, it's that one. It's not the one on top. Okay. Yeah, the color blue is connected to the throat chakra. It's connected to, it could be blueprinter or Blu-ray. Let's see. Opportunity. Taking a big leap. Didn't I say something about closing the gap? Yeah, it's like you're able to get from here to here, and it's a big level up. Advancement. There's an opportunity for advancement here. Very clear. Door to romance. Wow. And that you had 2 keys, and look at that lock. The locked heart in the cage, but there's a key next to it. And it looks like it's in a wardrobe. It's giving me almost like Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Narnia. Oh yeah, the lion. That's Leo. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Something about that. So you could you could have an opportunity with romance this month, okay? I will always point you in the right direction. And you're getting guidance. And I did mention something about a maze, and here's like a crossroads here. So you're going to have a strategy that is coming in from your angels, from your guides, from your intuition. So again, pay attention to those things, however they communicate to you. Maybe it's through readings, maybe you channel information, maybe you journal, or you do synchronicity tracking like I do, and also other things. Maybe you can just feel it intuitively. Whatever it is, follow it, because you're getting clear guidance on which direction to go. And this will also help you to make a decision, because you had that 7 of Cups energy, right? Which can sometimes be a little bit like, oh my God, I don't know what to choose. Which path do I go? Which person do I date? Which job opportunity do I take? Which house do I move into? You're going to have a lot of questions this month. So pay attention to your inner guidance, because that's the compass that's going to point you exactly where you need to go. All right, lots of beautiful things this month. Group number 1, I'm so excited for you. I'm sending you all my love for the month ahead and beyond. Thank you so much for being here on the channel with me. If you guys are interested in diving deeper, I do have memberships available with lots of additional pick a card readings, channeled messages, viewer feedback, and topics as well. And if you guys are looking for more of an even more of an in-depth reading, I do have personal readings available for a limited time. I'm not sure how long those are going to be on the table for, or what the deal is with those right now. I'm just kind of playing it by ear a little bit with Spirit. But if you want to order a reading, they are linked below. So I'm offering 45-minute video recorded readings, kind of like in this style, and sent to you via email. So you can always book that there if you're interested. Thanks again, guys. And thank you for all of the donors who have sent in decks and donations. You guys are true earth angels, and I deeply appreciate every single one of you. Thank you to anyone who has already ordered a reading and who has given me all of these beautiful feedbacks in regard to what came up in those readings, and the connections there have been really beautiful and powerful. So thank you guys all. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. So you were drawn to, or you chose, the Empress card for August. This is a beautiful energy. I feel like August, you're going to have a lot. I'm hearing fruitful. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of opportunity for growth. There's going to be, oh yeah, I'm seeing like stuff pouring in left, right, and center. You're like a magnet, group number 2. You're attracting a lot in August. Okay, so just like kind of be mindful of what's coming in, I think. So what we're going to do for this reading, actually your significator, I will sit that over here. We're going to get 2 cards for each week of the month. So we're going to break it down into a week by week sort of, oh, okay then. Well, you have Temperance for week number 1. So that's kind of what I was seeing. It's like you're going to be receiving a lot. So make sure that you are, I guess, just being mindful of how much is coming in or what you're accepting. The Moon. Yeah, because, okay, 3 major arcana right off the jump here. Like, this is big. This is very big. Group number 2. So in August, pay attention to what is coming in. Look at this. Okay, hold on. That wants to be there for the second week. Oh, we're just going to lay them out ahead of time. All right. I didn't do that in group 1. So that could be significant. Maybe it's like doing something ahead of time to like get ahead of something, or I don't know. We'll see what that means. But what I was just about to say, in this card, she has her hands out and open like that, right? And then in this card, same thing. And in this card, so they all have their palms up and out. You can see their palms. So again, I'm seeing like you receiving a lot. It's coming in. And your hands need to be out so you can take it. But you want to be not cautious, but I guess just cognizant of what is coming in and whether or not it feels right to you, because you might be receiving a lot of everything, because they're showing me that you're like a magnet in August, group 2. You're just like a magnet. So you're going to attract a whole lot of everything. And then it's up to you to see what is aligned, I guess, or what it is you really want. So in the first week of August, I want to say, pay attention to how you feel, because something may not be immediately clear. There could be a little bit of fogginess around what's coming in or what you're calling into being. I'm hearing something about calling into being. Ooh, what you have called into being or what you're calling into being. They said calling into being. So the first week, try to balance out your emotions as much as possible, or like experiment with something to see what feels right, because you are a magnet. So you have to kind of just be aware of that. It can be a bit of a double-edged sword, right? So it's a great thing, but with great power comes great responsibility. You guys know that's like my favorite quote. So there's just a little bit, like, take your time, basically. In the first week of August, take your time to discern as to what is going on emotionally. What are you putting out there? What are you projecting energetically? Like, listen to your intuition. Listen to what you're feeling. Emotions are clarifiers, I'm hearing, in the first week. So you'll be able to sense something here. You'll be able to sense it. You've got instincts, group 2. You can trust those instincts. So listen to those instincts. I'm hearing something about feminine wiles. Okay. What? Well, the Empress is the divine feminine. The Moon, very feminine energy, even Temperance too. So we all have the feminine polarity. It's not about gender, it's polarity. And so you're meant to use the feminine polarity in the first week really strongly, but throughout the entire month, to be able to feel into and pay attention to the vibrations of what you're calling into being, or what you're emotionally sending out and then attracting back. Yeah, okay. Moving on to the second week, we have the Magician, another major, that's 4 in a row, you guys. Come on, this is huge energy. I did see 444, and I also saw 333 earlier. So Magician, you're like the magnetic magician attractor, like you're like a friggin' powerhouse this month, group number 2. So really be intentional, because like use that to your advantage. You have the 4 of Wands as well. Use that to your advantage, because you've got something here. Yeah, you've got something here. So the second week of August, I want to say be open to more responsibility. I don't know why that's coming through, but I'm hearing that. Be open to more responsibility. because oh yeah, great power, great responsibility, because you have all this power. So there's more responsibility that's coming in kind of like as a result of that. If anything, it's like your power is manifesting more opportunity to take responsibility for what you're creating, for what you desire, for what you're manifesting. Something about a vision board, and they're showing me flowers. I just saw a flash of like flowers. I don't know what that's about or who that's for, but there's something about flowers. Okay. Astral projection. That's so random, but I just heard and saw that. And then they were showing me something about moving beyond. Yeah, through astral projection. Maybe this is what helps you to expand your auric field specifically. And I bumped my crystal ball when I said that. So you could be getting a lot of information through those feminine magical powers about what's coming in the future, and or how to manifest something in the future. So there's something about the future, a prophecy that you're being given, or that something about a prophecy. You may have even channeled information about something regarding an event in August. Okay. Or somebody may have channeled that out and you manifest coming across it and having that information shared with you. I'm also seeing a celebration in the second week of August. So you could be celebrating a manifestation that comes in. You could see it physically show up in August, and then you're celebrating that. I'm also seeing a lot of events the second week. So I was kind of getting that for group 1 as well, but I'm seeing it a little different here for you, group 2. It's like there could be a lot going on the second week of August. Like there's kind of competing things. Now, the Four of Wands is not about competition. I'm just getting this energy of like there's multiple things that you could go to. Actually, now that I think about it, the second week of August here in Canada is the long weekend. It's like the Province Day, British Columbia Day, etc. So there is a lot going on that weekend. There's like festivals and the Pride Parade, and there's all sorts of different events that are happening. And it's kind of like, it's not direct competition with each other, but maybe it's kind of like you have options on where you want to go or what you want to do. So again, pay attention to your intuition, because it's going to guide you. You're going to manifest exactly the right timing about something. You're going to show up somewhere and it's like you just manifested it. It feels very magical, August, for you, group 2. It feels like you're going to be kind of like floating through life a little bit in August, but you're going to be divinely guided and directed. And so it's going to really put you in the right place at the right time. Like I would put the word serendipity as the archetypal energy of this month for you. If not manifestor or magician, but I think serendipity is more crucial or more important here, because it's kind of like that's what the result is from this magnetic attractive energy that you have. Yes, I'm just seeing that right place, right time. Okay, in the third week, we have the Queen of Wands. Talk about manifestor. My God, group number 2, what have you been doing? Have you been doing rituals? If you want to share those, like what's been working for you in terms of manifesting, share it in the comments below. Maybe we can benefit each other here in regard to what works for you. And it's different from person to person, but like sometimes, again, it's like maybe somebody will post something in the comments about what's working for them manifestation wise, and you've manifested seeing that, and then that helps you to manifest. You see what I mean? Like it's all connected. And this is your power this month. You're just drawing it in. Like if you need something, you like boom, there it is. So you got the power. I've got the power. Whoop, there it is. Like group 2. This is a big power month for you. You're getting shit done. You are manifesting left, right, and center. You're calling things into being. It's just really, I'm seeing like a master magician on top of a mountaintop. Look at all the M's, alliteration. Master magician on a mountaintop. And you're conducting reality. It's like a beautiful dance that you're doing with the universe, creating this natural flow. Yeah, it's like you're not the apprentice anymore. You're the actual magician. And you can use that and direct your will and have things come to fruition very physically, tangibly, quickly, and in a fun and playful way. That's what it feels like. It's fun, it's playful, it's powerful though too. Page of Crystals. In the third week, in the third week of August, I think this is where the responsibility kind of comes in, because I was kind of seeing that a little bit in the second week. And I think in the third week, it kind of really, you have to choose what you're doing with this, because it feels like you are going to need to take responsibility for someone. I'm hearing leadership position, group number 2. So you could be stepping into a leadership position in the third week. This could be leading someone younger, or people who are younger, or people who just don't have as much knowledge in a particular area as you do. So energetically, they're like younger in that one domain. I'm just getting this feeling of you being in the spotlight, very Queen of Wands, Leo energy, and we're in Leo season in August, so this is all tracking really well. You're going to be in that spotlight because you have something to share. And it could be about manifestation. You could be talking about how you manifest. Like I said, I put it in the comments because there's something there. If you're a manifesting coach, put that in the comments. Feel free to advertise your services. And this is not a place where I'm going to like shut you guys down for hawking your wares, or like, unless it's scammy. Of course, if it's scammy, I'm going to delete that. But if it's genuine and you want to promote your tarot channel, you want to promote your business or something, put that in the comments. This is a great place to interact. This is a community and we're here together to build each other up. So feel free. I know a few of you have channels of your own, so feel free to promote those as well. So group 2, you're going to be leading people. I don't know how, but you're going to be leading people, especially in the third week. An opportunity, I'm hearing. Yeah, opportunity to take more responsibility in this role of leadership. Okay. In the fourth week, the Page of Swords, and this one always reminds me of Katy Perry. Does she not look like Katy Perry? It could be significant. Oh, they just started playing the song Hear Me Roar, or how does that one, is that Katy Perry? You're gonna hear me roar. Yeah. Something about, that's lion energy too. We're in Leo season, so you are really powerful. Yeah, you're feeling strong in the month of August, group 2. Really strong, really powerful. Even though this is a page, which is young energy, it still feels really confident and in control. So even if this is something that you're stepping into, like let's say, for example, you step into a leadership position that you're not necessarily familiar with, or you haven't done that in this way before, you may be a beginner at it, but you're going to feel confident because you kind of like, your shit is the sense I'm getting, it's like, what you're talking about. So you can speak to that and you can share that. You can uplift others. I'm hearing uplifting others, communicating. And look, she's got her hands out too. I just noticed that because we were talking about that there. A lot to do with like, maybe this is what you're offering too, right? You're receiving a lot, but as you receive, so shall you give, It's the cycle of energy. I'm seeing the moon cycles being significant here too. In the fourth week, something about the moon. I don't know what's going on fourth week or what the month of August looks like lunar wise. I'm not even sure what the full moon or when that is or something. If you guys are astrologers, feel free to put that in the comments as well. If you know what the moon cycles are going to be in the fourth week of August. I randomly just heard February. Okay. Something about February. And I was seeing the number 611. February. What? Okay. I don't know. Maybe something about February. And you have the Strength card. A lot of major arcana. A lot here in your month. And the majors are major energy. It's big themes of life, big self-development, huge parts in your journey, character development. I'm getting main character energy from you, group 2, okay? Main character energy. So like, don't shy away from the spotlight this month. Embrace it. It's Leo season. It's the perfect time for it. Even if you're not a Leo, we all embrace that energy as we go through this transit. And Strength is the Leo card. So you've got like Leo, just so much of this, okay, I did just hear chauvinistic. Okay, that's the shadow side of Leo. Yeah, a little bit. Just the polarity, not the people. It's just the energy of Leo can get into like negative ego. So I think maybe this is where temperance is coming in, like making sure that you're kind of checking yourself, because when you get to this level of power or influence, you do have to be responsible with it, meaning not letting yourself get overzealous with what you're doing, or letting it go to your head in a way. That's like I said, shadow side of Leo. I just felt like a rush through my system and it kind of made me dizzy a little bit. So yeah, you might be like receiving so much that it makes your head spin and it makes you dizzy, and you need to ground and make sure that you don't lose yourself in the process of all of the things that are going on. And now they're playing Lose Yourself by Eminem. Got to lose yourself in the music. You've only got one chance to blow. Do not miss your opportunity. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo, something like that. So it's like, this is a big month for you. There's some major opportunities here. And it could be like a big blow up of something, like, for example, your business blows up, or your, what you're doing, something gets promoted. You're in the spotlight this month. Okay. Group 2. So even if it's just a little bit, it's still going to feel like a lot. And I think for a lot of you, it's actually going to be a lot. So just, I guess, they said something about fame monster. What? A fame monster? Oh, and they're saying chauvinism. Yeah, the fame monster is chauvinism, like ego. So don't be that person. Just don't be that person. Group number 2. Do it humble, be humble. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And you'll be fine. You'll be totally fine. And that's why Spirit brings through these messages. It's just so that you have forewarning. We did mention something about prophecy and the future, so that you have forewarning and you are forearmed, so that you can move through this with grace rather than falling into some of the pitfalls that the human ego is sometimes susceptible to. It is what it is. It's not a you thing. It's an everyone thing. It's a human thing. Yeah. So don't sweat it. But know that things are heating up in the month of August. Okay, so now we're going to get into your charms. Oh, one last message for the 4th week. They're saying having the strength to overcome any challenges, especially challenges that your own ego presents. Okay, there we go. So let's clear these out. We'll get the charms, and then we'll see if we grab oracle cards for you guys. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. So this is kind of like the overall energy charms for the month. We'll just take a look and see. For group number 2, what else do we need to know about August? August for group 2. I feel like I really need to shuffle your charms for some reason. Okay. Woo. Okay. Not even that many. Right. So, look, we've got, let's start with physical for you. I don't know why. I just feel I'm going to start with physical. You've got the little confetti ball. So it's like a party. I'm getting like you are sparkling, you are shining, you are the center of attention. You're up on stage, you're glowing. I don't know like what's happening, but physically you're looking good, you're feeling good, you're catching people's attention. You're feeling powerful, maybe going to some parties physically. I was seeing that in the 2nd week for sure. It's like there's opportunities for, I am hearing advancement. Yeah, but I was going to say like opportunities for lots of events to go to, things like that you could want to enjoy. This feels like a party. And Leo, the energy of Leo is a party. Like, let's be honest. Leo is the life of the party. And Leos they're just fun. Like it's a fun energy. They're fun people. They got swagger, they've got, what do they call it? What do the kids call it these days? Riz? I don't know. There's something about this confidence. It's like, mojo. It's like Austin Powers. You're getting your mojo, and it's very attractive. It pulls things into you. Makes you stand out. Okay. You got the it factor. Okay, that's good. So in the mental realm, you have the tree with the heart. And it's kind of in between. It was like right on this sort of ombre line between physical and mental. So maybe it's like a line that's a little bit blurred between the physical and the mental here in regard to some kind of growth or love, because there's a heart there. So your idea of love could be growing and evolving as your power increases. You could be attracting new love as well. Something about the family tree. There could be a family event in August that you'll find yourself going to. And there's something that grows from that, or there's love potential there. Oh, look at that. You have the little piggy. So a little bit of a caution from spirit here, not to get greedy and not to let things go to your head. Again, it's that kind of like chauvinist pig type of energy. Just be cautious of that. Don't let people become that around you or treat you like that, and don't become that yourself either. Not saying that you are or that you will. It's just, it's here and it's in the mental. So it could just be a process you're going through, like a lesson you're learning from spirit around being intentional with your power. And you also have it's like a rising sun, but it's the eye. So I feel like you're gaining consciousness of this, or you're rising. Yeah, it's like you're rising to power. And so you're learning as you go through this how to balance it. That's the Temperance card. So especially in the first week, there's a lot of mental sort of adjustments that are being made to make sure that you don't overstep your own boundaries or other people's in this sudden rise to fame, let's say, or this shift or advancement in your power. Let's say maybe you work in a 9-to-5, maybe you get a promotion or you get recognized for something you've done, and it's all people are talking about, and it puts you in that position, whether you want it or not. You're in that position in August. But I think for most of you, it's just going to be like you're feeling good, you're strutting your stuff out on the streets, or you're going to parties or clubs, or I don't know what you do, or the library, who knows? Wherever you are, you're attracting stuff, people, opportunities, energy, attention, basically. You're attracting attention. So just be humble with it. That's all. Spiritual. You have the green moon and star. I feel like your dreams are coming true. And you have 2 angel wings. And in the south, there's an angel wing as well. So lots of angel wings. 3 angel wings. The big one and the small one did come out in group number 1. And they came out next to each other like this. So it was like almost in the same position, but it was down here for them. That's interesting. Sorry, if you're not from that group and you don't feel like watching it, that's cool. I just always see associations between things, and I like to see connections and make connections. And if you did feel called to that reading or you came from it, there could be confirmation there or additional info. So we've got the big wing and the small wing. I feel like this is giving me energy of advancement. So again, you are advancing, I'm hearing, through the ranks spiritually. It's like the hierarchical order of spiritual advancement or ascension of the soul. And as your spiritual power increases, that's why they're saying your ego might get a little bit like inflated, but you, as a spiritual developing being, and as someone who is very conscientious, I feel, you're able to see that and you're able to work with that rather than having it overpower you, because this is part of spiritual maturity. So it actually feels, group number 2, like it's like part of the lesson. It's part of becoming this next version of you, because it does feel, they're showing me clairvoyantly, molting of the skin or the feathers. It's like you're molting and you are growing a new set of plumage that is very bright and attractive. It's like, it's almost like you're going from your juvenile feathers. Oh yeah, look, like smaller feathers to larger feathers. So you're molting out of your juvenile feathers, which in birds are usually like brown or gray, and you're getting your adult feathers, which are like bright purple and green, and they're iridescent, and they fan out, like it's giving me peacock sort of vibes, So you're gonna be peacocking in August, but it's a spiritual thing too. Like it's not just your human personality. Like this is your soul that's actually going through this process, and it's a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. Yeah, you're advancing. I just keep hearing that, advancing through the ranks. spiritual power upgrades. Physical appearance could shift as a result of this as well, right? Like you're glowing, you're sparkling, your aura is radiant. That's why it's so attractive, both to the opposite sex possibly as well, because peacocking can relate to that, but also to opportunities and to manifestations. What is this? We've got the cat, and this one, I don't know what it is, but it always reminds me of like fall time. So something about fall, August into September. So this could be talking about like the end of August, where there's something that you've been reaching for that you end up attaining. I'm just getting that because you've spiritually advanced enough to be able to sustain that level of power. It's like you've earned the responsibility. You've proven that you can be responsible, that you won't fall prey to any chauvinism or anything like that. And chauvinism is male. Or can females be chauvinistic? I don't know. And I'm hearing hot-headed. Yeah, so you're learning to control your temper, learning to control. Now they're showing me the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, and it's like he's a good guy. He has a golden heart, but he needs to learn to control his temper. And you literally had the Temperance card, so it's like to temper temper your temper, and then you become the Empress, or you attract the Empress depending on what you desire. So yeah, there's a lesson in this, an ego check of some kind, but it does put you in a position of power. I just hit the crystal ball. You can't even see it because it's out of frame now, but I hit it hard. So this is like a prophecy of some kind, okay? And we have the measuring tape and the emotional. I'm hearing take stock. Take stock, measure your emotions, get very clear on that, because it's going to help you to discern, I think, what's going on and how much you've grown too. I'm seeing, taking stock of how much you've grown, because I think you're going to be rapidly evolving here in the month of August, and you're going to see like a big jump in sales or growth, or your spiritual power, or something like that. It's going to be tangible in some way, but especially emotionally, you'll be able to feel the difference, and it will be in increments. And they're showing me this measuring tape going all the way out. You know, when you pull a measuring tape out all the way, did anyone else do this as a kid? You like pull it out as far as it can go until it kind of snaps, and you like try to get it out a little further each time to get that, to keep the tension in it tight. I don't know. Is that like a human thing, or is that just a me thing? Let me know. But it feels like you're kind of like testing your limits a little bit here this month, spiritually and physically, emotionally. You're kind of testing your limits a bit. So that's fine. That's what temperance is about too. Temperance is about experimentation. This is part of your growth cycle, I'm hearing. Yes. Okay. So it makes sense. It's part of your growth cycle. Let yourself experiment. It's okay if certain things collapse, or kind of like, you overextend yourself a little bit. You can reel it back in. It's okay. It's part of this lesson. So don't beat yourself up. If your ego starts to get a little overzealous, it's all right. You can check it. This is part of the evolving process. The other thing I was mentioning was like, how is that like a human experience, or is that just a me thing? I feel like you're going to be seeing the connections between the little things that you do and that other people do, like those very common human experiences that we all do, where like racing water drops down the car window as kids, like things that all humans just tend to do, and we think it's like a very unique experience, but no, like we all do that for some reason. And like, why is that? And I think it's because we're all collectively connected, right? So we're not really just one person having our own experience. We are a collective of souls having a collective experience individually. So I'm seeing you emotionally being able to see that, and maybe even creating some kind of distance between, or somebody may perceive that there's distance between you and them because of your advancement. Oh, that could be part of this as well. And you may not be too happy about that. It's like somebody is sad about your growth. That's not healthy. Yeah, because empowered people don't try to hold you down. but it's kind of like maybe you're changing rapidly and somebody else sees that and gets jealous, or they start comparing themselves to you and they start projecting onto you. Maybe this is where the chauvinism is coming from. If it's not from you, it's from someone else. But again, that's also a mirror. So either way, it's part of this advancement, this test. A little bit of like trial and error here. But somebody feels a little bit butthurt or a little bit like put out by your growth, rapid growth. Don't take it personally, I'm hearing, okay? Group 2, don't take it personally. This could be showing up in the 3rd week, they just told me. What came up in the 3rd week card-wise? I forget. Oh yeah, it was the Queen of Wands and the Page of Crystals, right. So the 3rd week and even the 4th, because maybe this is why you're needing strength. But in the 3rd week, you are growing really quickly. And maybe that's why that other person, the Page of Crystals, feels threatened, because now you're stepping into this Queen of Wands energy, and it can feel a bit, just triggering for that other person for some reason. But it's not your lesson in that regard, other than what you can control about your own approach. That's the lesson for you. The lesson for them is, instead of seeing things as seeing things as like comparison, they're meant to see any kind of jealousy that arises as inspiration. But that's not, you can't force anybody to learn that. Not really, anyway. Unless that's something you're teaching about, which then great. But but yeah, you'll know how it applies to you. So, and then finally in the self, we have the angel wing, just a solitary angel wing. So again, this just feels to me like the molting thing again, like you're expanding or you're evolving the self this month in a big way. I think we have time for additional oracle cards for you, like we did for group number 1. So that's what we're going to do. Let me put these away and zoom you guys back out again. Okay, so for group number 2 in the month of August, in the month of August, feel that one. Any additional messages that you want to bring through for group number 2? No, okay, I thought it was this one. And then at the last second, it was like, nope, it's that one. Okay, so maybe there's something that switches at the last second. Maybe someone switches their position at the last second, or you get a breakthrough at the last second. I feel like I want to go from left to right, or right to left, I mean. Cosmic Child. Yeah, you're dancing with the universe this month, group number 2, and you are bringing in, like you're calling in the cosmos again with the open hands or the open arms. Like you're bringing something in with open arms. Healer of the ages. Look, his hands are open too. Okay, so maybe you're stepping into a leadership role in regard to healing, or you're helping other people to heal their wounded egos. Oh, that could be part of this too. Right. Some people get triggered by like spiritual hierarchy. Some people don't like the term starseeds. Some people don't like that there's like different ranks of angels. Like people get really triggered by that stuff, and that's all ego. It's all ego. Because yes, there is hierarchy at the spiritual level, but it's not an ego thing. It's just an energy frequency. Just like there's red spectrum all the way up to violet spectrum. It's not like red is better than violet. It's not like children, or it's not like adults are better than children. You know, that's an ego distortion. And maybe this is something that you're working on healing within yourself, or that you're teaching other people how to heal, because it's not actually aligned with the law of one, because the law of one is unity. There is no separation. And the hierarchy is just kind of like a base model of expression for different frequencies of that one frequency. So there is no separation. There is no comparison. But maybe it's like you're learning or understanding how people perceive separation, or how you experience separation within yourself, and how to reunify that. I have a new understanding. Yes, that's the thing. This is how you're advancing this month, group 2, is because you're having this new understanding about that level of ego. And it's through this catalyst of the experience. So it is meant to happen. It is destined. I'm hearing destined, and I'm hearing it has been foretold. I literally... Spirit said that. It has been foretold. So you've probably been told this before. Maybe you've been told by a reader, or you channeled some information that you were going to be in a position of leadership or power or advancement, or maybe somebody told you that you were meant to be doing this, or like, I see you on stage or something like that. It's coming through because it's meant to happen. Like, people can sense that, and people can kind of like taste potential on people. Like, they can get in your aura and feel like, oh, you've got something special, even if you're not there yet. Like, they keep showing me Eminem. It's like, he has greatness within him, you know, and whether you like him or not, he has greatness within him. And when he was in the slums of 8 Mile, he still had that greatness within him, whether he realized it or not, but other people felt it, you know, and so sometimes that can be intimidating. Whether you're developed into it or not, people can still be intimidated by that, or misunderstand it, or misinterpret it, or take it personally, or get triggered, because you have this air of greatness about you. You have a destiny that's quite large. And it's not to say that other people aren't deserving or worthy of that power or responsibility, but it's just like, you've gotten to a level in your spiritual development where that's now possible for you, and they will get there too, because we're not separate. We're all one, and we're part of a collective. But these are some of the shadow things that can come up when one person is perceived as doing better than another, and it causes us to go into inner conflict and to address those things. So that's what I'm seeing here, and you're getting a cosmic perspective of this because it's connected to this much larger spiritual advancement cycle. Okay, so group number 2, that is what I see for you in the month of August. And I am wishing you all the best for this month, to really embrace this energy, to step into your ultimate power, and to be the best version of you that you are. Not even that you can be, that you are, because you are this, right? You already are. It just needs to kind of be seen by you and others. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the reading, let me know, and all the comments and stuff like that. I try to respond as much as I can, but I'm probably not as efficient as I could be. Thank you to everyone who does comment, likes, shares, sends in cards, decks, donations. All of those things are always greatly appreciated and valued, but never expected. And thank you to everyone who has ordered readings with me recently. Those are still on offer for a limited time. Not sure how long I'll keep that on the table, or what kind of a situation is going on with that. But for now, Spirit has prompted me to offer personal readings, 45-minute video readings, kind of done in this style, sent to you via email. If you're interested, you can order yours at the link in the description box below. All right, guys, I love you, and we will see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your August reading. So we're just looking at the energies of August, how to work with this energy, what you need to know from Spirit, and you guys chose the Page of Wands. So this is the overarching energies, the significator for the month ahead, but we're also going to be getting week by week guidance, charms, and some oracle cards at the end as well. Whoops. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the first week of August. You have the 3 of Swords, and it's funny because I probably should have said it out loud, but when I picked up the deck, it kind of like hit off of this little coaster that I use sometimes. It's actually the top of a candle. It's not a coaster, but I use it as one. And it was like disruption. I heard the word disruption, and it was kind of like a loud interruption. And that's what we have here with the 3 of Swords. It feels like some kind of disruption. I'm hearing challenges. Okay. Not a great start, but stick around, because I'm not feeling like the whole energy is going to be like that. But the Page of Wands here, it feels like you're going to kind of be challenged to overcome some kind of an obstacle. That's the feeling. So the first week, there's some sort of disruption, but it's giving you perspective. What card is this? 10, 11, 12. Okay. Perspective. Which one is that? Number 12. Shoot, I can't remember. I haven't memorized all of the major arcana numbers. I should. My brain doesn't like to remember numbers very much. Okay, either way, it's giving you perspective. It's giving you perspective on something. The disruption is meant to stop you in your tracks because you're learning through it. That's what it feels like. You are learning through the challenge. I'm hearing overcoming obstacles. So yes, there may be something that feels disruptive. Maybe it's a breakup. Maybe it's a bit of a I was going to say heartbreak, but I heard heart pinch. Okay, so it's not like a full break. It's a heart pinch in the first week of August. Something mildly uncomfortable, but not like completely disruptive or completely catastrophic. It's small, it's minor, okay? So like let's put that in perspective as well. Let's not turn molehills into mountains. It's not something that's going to be super detrimental, but it is something that's a bit of a challenge, and you will have to face it, but you will do well. I feel that you'll alchemize, I guess. Yeah, it feels like alchemy. You'll be able to alchemize the experience into strength. It's kind of like you're running an obstacle course a little bit in August, group number 3. And with clients, I call this the gauntlet. The gauntlet, at least that's what Spirit calls it sometimes. Okay, so for the second week, we'll get those down, and then we'll pull cards for the third and fourth. I don't know why I'm doing it that way for you guys. A little different than groups 1 and 2, but that's fine. I just go with my intuition. I don't ever really have a rhyme or reason for things. It's just whatever Spirit wants. So with my clients, I say, their Spirit has told me it's called the gauntlet. And we can go through many of these, or there can be like a period of time that we go through a bunch of different obstacles. It's like kind of like a little test. It's like an obstacle course at the soul level. And so you get faced with all of these little karmic implications of what are you going to do with your free will? Are you going to listen to your intuition? Are you going to bypass it? Are you going to fulfill this lesson or this contract in a way that's empowering to you at the soul level? What have you learned about this? What skills are you developing? How strong can you be to uphold that? And as you go through the gauntlet, you get stronger, because that's what obstacle courses are really for. It's for training, right? So you're going through this training, and I'm hearing training day. It's a movie, right? Like I don't think I've ever seen that, but there's something about, it's like army basic training, you kind of have to go through the basic training at the soul level to be able to build up the necessary strength to move to the real life applications of that. Or, these do come up in real life scenarios, but to move to kind of like bigger layers of that. So yeah, it's a necessary perspective that you're gaining from this, which helps you to grow. In the second week, we have the Page of Crystals. Okay. 444 on the recording time as I held that up. And the 5 of Wands. Yeah, a little bit, still more conflict. Okay, so group 3. It's not going to be a hard month, but I feel like there's going to be some challenges. I'm not going to lie. I got to spit it like it is. I got to tell it to you straight. And this is not to say that this is set in stone, all right? So when I do any predictive type readings, it's never because that energy is set in stone. The way that I like to read is to give guidance on the energy, to have something in your awareness that you can use to be able to move through anything that does come up potentially. But first of all, these are general collective readings. Second of all, a lot of what comes in the future for us is dictated by our free will and our choices. And if we have awareness of something, we can change it. So this is another reason I like to do the month ahead or even week ahead readings, is because it helps us to see where the potentials lie for the usage and the proper expression of our free will, our individual choice. So the second week feels like it's going to be a little... Again, I'm getting testy energy here. The second week, you're going to be challenged to stand up for something that you believe in, or to protect something that you value. I'm getting this message of like protecting or standing up for something you believe in that is valuable to you. It could be like you need to set a limit around your home visitations. I'm hearing something about like maybe you get unexpected visitors and you have to set boundaries around that. Or if you have roommates, you have to set limits around who can come and go at what times, or how the noise is, something. So it's like you kind of have to face people this month, and it can feel a bit challenging because maybe that's not something you're used to, or not something you like to do. I mean, who likes confrontation, honestly? Not me. But if done correctly, it can be helpful. It can help you grow. It can help other people understand you and your needs. And it can ultimately bring people closer together. So even if there is a little bit of conflict here, I did hear the word strife. Strife. What is this connected to, though, Spirit? They said the unwillingness to give an inch. Okay, so other people either being too rigid and unwilling to compromise, or you being too rigid and being unwilling to compromise, and this being part of the lesson. And it doesn't mean that you have to compromise your values, but maybe just looking at what you are willing to give, to be able to give up to receive, or what the other person is or isn't willing to do. So it's a bit tough. Okay, let's look at the third week. The Emperor, you're coming back strong in the third week, okay? Group number 3, so don't worry. This is temporary energy. And the 10 of Cups. These two actually came out in group 1. So if you felt drawn to that one as well, it was a very positive reading. So that could be some additional information for the month ahead. But in the third week, the Emperor and the 10 of Cups, it feels like when you stand in your power, when you don't compromise, when you are willing to lose those little battles so that you win the war, this is part of the training I'm hearing from, this is part of the training. This is what puts you in this position of power. So you're not compromising your integrity, and you're not, I'm hearing rising to the occasion. You're rising to the occasion, or not stooping to someone else's level. So you're needing to kind of overcome some challengers, I'm hearing. So people might come in and challenge you, and you have to choose what you're willing to, I guess, compromise, or what you're not. Ultimately, it leads to your happiness, though. Ultimately, it helps you shift your perspective from pain and discomfort to complete satisfaction. So it's worth it in the long run. It's worth it in the long run. Even though it's a little bit uncomfortable in the process, you do come out of it stronger, better, more capable. I'm hearing more capable, because you understand the dynamics better. You understand what you will and won't compromise. I feel like you're getting to know your deeper core values at a more intimate level, is what I just heard, and how important that is to you to defend. And continuing to develop more of that as well. Children could be significant. You've got 2 pages here. I'm noticing that. So there could be something about children, not being willing to back down when it comes to your children, or to your inner child, protecting your inner child. Yeah. Okay. 4th week, 7 of Cups. And the Sun. Yeah. See, it's temporary. The rest of the month is great. It's just the 1st and 2nd week that there may be a little bit of like some conflict, or some disruptions or challenges, but it leads to such beauty. So, I mean, it's kind of worth it, I guess, because you do gain a new perspective. The Sun here is the enlightenment. So you've got that awareness that comes in from this, and it gives you clarity on something that maybe you were confused about before. I keep hearing something about you getting clear on your morals, like the fundamental morals that maybe you had since you were a child, or something that you deeply believe in, and you're being able to defend that or stand up for that, not necessarily in a confrontational, or not, let me use a different word, not necessarily in an aggressive way, or even passive aggressive. It's like you're being assertive, or you're being challenged to be assertive, to face conflict head on, not to back down, but also not to compromise your integrity. And the Sun will, somebody may think that the sun shines out your butthole. I heard that. Maybe that's what somebody's accusing you of thinking of yourself, or maybe somebody really looks up to you like a child, and you have to defend them. I'm not sure how this all fits, but I'm not getting too much from Spirit other than the cards. Sometimes they'll channel stuff straight through me, but right now I'm not getting too much. They're giving me little bits and pieces, little breadcrumbs. But maybe this is part of it too. It's like you're not meant to have too much information because you have some stuff to learn here. The pages are young energy. If it's not children, it's like you learning something new here and being open, being in that like beginner mindset, I guess, so that you don't feel like you know it all and that you don't come at any kind of conflict with that perspective because that might shoot you in the foot. And instead, you're coming from it like, okay, what can I learn from this? What is this teaching me? How am I strengthening my own resolve? What are my values in this relationship or confrontation or situation? And from that, you're creating so much stability, personal power, happiness, fulfillment. It's like the light is shining on you and you're getting clarity. And I'm seeing that you're seeing the bigger picture this month, okay? So you're going to see the bigger picture where something was muddled or confused. You're getting clarity on what actually matters and then investing in that. So you're not wasting your time on anything that is detrimental. You're not giving your energy to anyone that is intentionally aggressive or is not willing to have a healthy confrontation. Instead, they just want conflict. Just don't even feed into that. And sometimes it's kind of having to just not necessarily bite your tongue, but it's more like choosing, like picking your battles, but making sure that you're not compromising your integrity in the process of doing that. It's a bit of a fine line here, group number 3. So use your discernment and see how your perspective shifts as you go through this, because you're going to be gaining a lot of knowledge, wisdom. I'm hearing specifically knowledge that becomes wisdom. Yeah. Knowledge through the process applied through experience becomes wisdom. And that's what the pages are open to learning, because they are students of the universe. And so being in that beginner mindset, no matter how old you are, no matter what you already know, no matter where you're at in life, is helpful because there's always something more to learn. We never really know what we don't know until we don't know it. You know what I mean? It's hard. You can't know what you don't know. And so I'm seeing you maybe discovering a little bit more of what you don't know. And I think that is also helpful. But maybe potentially a little bit like unsettling. You're like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Oof. But it's very expansive. It's healing for you in the long run. I'm seeing that in the long run. And especially in the 3rd week, it's very healing for you. I'm seeing the waters flowing and there's a cleansing. I'm seeing 144. Yeah, I saw 144 when I looked up as I was saying the word cleansing. So it's an energetic cleansing that comes from this experience or this lesson that's going on here. Okay, let's get into your charms. So that's the week by week. Now we're going to get charms for just like the overall energy in the different categories for the month ahead. And then we'll get oracle cards because that's what we did for the other 2 groups. Okay, using my little charm mat I got at the crystal convention. And your charms. So group number 3, what do you need to know? What do group number 3 need to know about August, the upcoming month? Whoa. Again, there's like loud sort of disruptions. Loudness is maybe something that you'll be experiencing. Maybe it's children like playing and they're being loud and it's disruptive, but you have to kind of like pick your battles and you don't want to like lash out or anything or get into aggressive conflicts. Or maybe it's people who are coming from that emotional immature level, like they're not physically children, but they're acting like it. I don't know, something like that. It's going to be some loud disruptions, but don't worry about it because you've got the power, you got the dragon, and it fell off the mat. So it's like there's energy around you of this power that you're meant to step into. It's actually giving me Emperor vibes, and you had that card. So I think this is kind of like the core theme of your month ahead, group number 3. It's like you can trust your power. That's what it feels like. And you'll be able to overstep. Maybe somebody oversteps a boundary. I heard overstep. Yeah, I feel like somebody oversteps a boundary and you're challenged to confront it. But it will lead to a lot of empowerment for you and expansion. So let me put this out over here. It was kind of outside of mental. So your mental power, your mental fortitude it's tested this month, but it's going to grow exponentially because dragon, it's like a dragon egg. It's like teeny tiny, but they grow into these massive creatures. So I feel like you grow from a page to a dragon really quickly, almost like overnight. And it's because you're learning a lot. There's a lot of spiritual lessons this month. I'm seeing that. So let's start with spirituality. You have the rainbow. Bridging. The rainbow in this case is reminding me of bridging. It's like bridging the gap or bridging a connection between you and someone else. Harmony, I'm hearing. Frequency alignment, spectrums. And it's everybody is existing in a different perspective, right? Like every person on this planet has a very unique and individual lens through which they see the world based on their experiences, based on their history, based on their beliefs, their morals, all of that, even their past lives, all of it. And so I feel like you're gaining awareness of maybe a perspective or a viewpoint that you've never been exposed to before. And this is part of the spiritual lesson. And it may come through as disruptive or create some kind of conflict, but ultimately, like I said, it's giving you additional information because you didn't know this. And maybe it's like, how could you know it? You've never been through that, So somebody comes to you and says like, this is a trigger for me, or they get upset about something and they explain why. And you're like, I never would have known that because I've never been through that, or I've never met anyone who has. And it's like, it gives you a valid and important perspective you never would have had if that had not happened. So it's all coming kind of like, in a cycle of events I'm seeing. So this may not even be like the first part of this. It's like a cycle of events. That's the gauntlet. It's like multiple things, one after another. And you're moving through different sort of frequencies of that energy. So you may have examples of it within a conflict within a relationship. You may have an example of it in your work. You may have an example of it in your home life or with your family. So it's like there's sort of the same pattern that's showing up in different areas of life. And that's how, again, you'll recognize or you'll be able to know that this is a spiritual lesson that you're learning in the month of August. And because you're forearmed, you're forewarned, you have this information, you can go into it conscientiously and really use it to your benefit. Really learn from it intentionally with awareness. You got the pink lips. Okay, that's okay. I just heard loose lips sink ships. That's about gossip, isn't it? Okay. So spiritually, this may be the lesson. This may be the gauntlet, is going through patterns or seeing themes of gossip arise and needing to confront that or set boundaries around that, or limiting your involvement in that. I did just hear that. Limiting your involvement in that. So making sure that you're aligning with your morals and your integrity and not compromising that to fit in or to participate in the conversation or anything like that. Okay. Never, never give up. For some reason, this reminded me of Never, Never Land, like Peter Pan. Spiritually, it's sitting there. So, Never, never give up your integrity or lose yourself in the process. Oh, Peter Pan, that's like the perpetual child. And you had 2 pages. Peter Pan never wanted to grow up. He didn't want to become an adult. So you may be faced with this theme, either in yourself or people around you that are like perpetual children. They've never matured emotionally. And there could be a very valid reason for that. And that could be the perspective you need to understand, is like why they were so stunted like that, or something along those lines. Maybe not talking poorly about anyone because you don't know the full story. Now, the other thing with never, never give up, it feels like being okay, that's it. That I was going to expand on that and it just didn't come out. It's like sometimes when I'm channeling, if I'm trying to say something that I'm thinking rather than feeling, it just won't come out properly because it needs to come through the intuition and not through the mind. So no, we're going to leave that and we're going to move to the next energy. That could actually be a message in and of itself now that I think of it. So the emotional space, you have the meditating person. So remain calm. Remain calm, like really remain calm. Look, you have two of them. So go to your happy place, okay? This month, group number 3, because that's what's going to lead to this transformation and this growth. This is what's going to get you through the gauntlet. The testing is to remain in your peace. Yes, practice peace. I heard that strong, really clear, loud. Practice peace, especially emotionally. Don't get emotionally sucked into drama. I just heard that really clear too. Do not get emotionally sucked into drama. Don't let that rule you. Stay in your integrity. I did just hear don't give up your autonomy. So that's, yeah, okay. And then in the physical, you have another lotus. Wow. You know, the lotus rises from the mud. So physically, you could be feeling like you're kind of in the mud this month, but you're going to rise from that. You're going to evolve from that. You're going to grow wings from that because you have the heart with the wings on it, and it's big. So it feels like you are getting what you need to advance. Now, these are both coming out physically, but they're very spiritual charms. So again, it's a physical challenge that's leading to spiritual growth. The 3D is mirroring the 7D. I just heard the 7D. 3 is the solar plexus chakra. That's to do with our personal power, our integrity, our free will choice, confidence, boundaries, self-esteem, ego. And then the number 7 is connected to the crown chakra. I'm kind of taking the like dimensions out of it and just looking at it in the chakras because the rainbow reminds me of the chakras. So the 7th chakra, the crown, is connected to your soul, like your soul essence, your soul self, your higher self, your expression, your embodied spirituality, basically, and your connection to the divine. Your spiritual beliefs could be challenged this month. Group 3. Somebody may have not evolved to that level, so they don't understand you, or you don't understand them because you've evolved to a level where maybe you've grown a little bit apart from certain people. And there's a need for both parties to understand one another or to learn from that lesson and understand within yourself, even if there's no conflict resolution. That's possible. I mean, hopefully there is, but maybe not. I heard it's a matter of time, and they showed me the alligator from, what? I meant to say Peter Pan, but then the Wizard of Oz came into my head. It's a matter of time, finding your way back home, going through a process of trials, because that's what she goes through to try and get back home again. But they were showing me that the alligator, the crocodile with the clock that hunts Captain Hook. So there's something about timing here as well. Time is a factor, I'm hearing. Time is a factor. Take your time or don't give your time up. I don't know. They're not giving me anything else on that. In the self, we have the dolphin. And Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Okay, so you're going to be feeling a little bit like you are really thrown into it. Group number 3, like thrown into the rabbit hole a little bit here this month. But if you come at it from this Alice perspective of curiosity and self-development, like finding yourself along the way through these interactions that may feel disruptive, like she doesn't have an easy time of it when she goes down that rabbit hole. She's challenged every step of the way. That's like her gauntlet, you know? And she has to face all of these different beings and things and people that are not easy to deal with, but through that whole process, she's finding herself. She's discovering who she is. And it's by getting lost that she ends up being found. So, the Never Never Land is like the Lost Boys as well. And with Wizard of Oz, she goes into the land of Oz and has to like find her way. So it's like something about being lost and then being found again, going into these imaginary realms, because those 3 movies are all representative of like these imaginary realms. They're all also from around the same time period, I think. They were all created in like the late 1800s, early 1900s. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not sure but I think those were all from around that time period. So there's something about that that could be significant here too. But the dolphin feels like I was going to say the more playful, the better, because yes, there is childlike energy here. So keep it light and playful if you can. But what they just said was like you're speaking different languages. And what they showed me was dolphins who are from different parts of the ocean speak different languages. They actually have different dialects, or they have accents, or they have regional dialects where they can't understand dolphins from different areas. It's really cool. So, I mean, just like us, right? Like I don't speak French. I don't really know French or any other language other than English, to be fair. So it can be, sometimes there's like a language barrier, or even, oh, you know what this is reminding me of is how like in different languages, there's different concepts that can't even really be translated all that well. Like I'm from Canada, obviously grew up in Canada, and I don't speak French because I was raised on the West Coast, but I lived on the East Coast for a long time. And being friends with people who speak a lot of French or who were raised French, they have a completely different sense of humor and different idioms and different like sayings that they have that don't translate well to English. And so I felt like I didn't really fit in there. I didn't really understand. They didn't understand my humor. I didn't understand theirs. And it's because it was like a fundamental difference in the language we were speaking, literally. So this could be part of it too, group number 3. Like you could find that there's some conflict that arises from you and another person speaking a different language. And it's because you're coming from different perspectives. Both are valid, but they're different. And you may not understand theirs and they may not understand yours. And the more you try to explain it, the more like you dig yourself into a hole. So maybe it's just about recognize, like agree to disagree type of energy is kind of what it feels like. Like that's the most empowering thing you can do, I think, is just agree to disagree. Take what you can from the encounter or the experience or experiences throughout this month and let yourself learn from that in a positive way, understanding those different perspectives you never maybe considered and learning from that so that you can grow. That's what this is all about. That's the foundation of this. Okay, let's do oracle cards. We'll get these. Yeah, I feel like I want to leave the dragon here. Something about that dragon is powerful for you. Group number 3. The dragon could be like a spirit animal that you're working with in the month of August, or it could be like a significant synchronicity, something about the dragons or dragon energy. It's like personal power. So we'll just grab 3 cards, one from each of these additional decks. Feel that one. And we'll see what closing messages Spirit has for you in the month of August. Okay. We will be together again. Okay. So if there is any conflict, I feel like you'll be able to bridge the gap. I was seeing that with the rainbow as well. And even the example of the Wizard of Oz, like she goes into this dream realm, but she comes home and she's reconnected or she's reunited. Same thing with Alice. So it's like you might feel like you're getting a little lost in the sauce this month, but you will be together again. And if there is conflict, it will resolve eventually. Attachment. Okay, that's why. Because if there's like an attachment to somebody seeing your perspective, or they want you to see theirs and you don't know how, or they don't know how, there's that can exacerbate the conflict, or it can even become triggering, right? So I'm seeing the less attached you are to the outcome of being understood, and the more curious you are to understand, the simpler this whole process will become, the more stability you will have, like the way they're kind of paddleboarding here. I just hit it. Yeah, see, so stability is an issue here. So being stable in yourself is going to be the best thing you can do. That will create unity. Yeah. Weave. Oh, the spider. Wow. Okay. Group number 3. August is going to be an intentionally sort of challenging month. but it's definitely going to be a month where you free yourself from a lot of attachments, because the weave can talk about creativity. It can talk about weaving your reality, destiny even, but I'm also seeing it connected to the attachment card. So it's not getting stuck in the trap of conflict or of gossip or of drama or of misunderstandings, mistranslations, I'm hearing. Being mindful, biding your time. I heard something about biding your time. And being in that energy of detachment and curiosity, that is going to be your weapon for success this month. So use that, wield it wisely with love and compassion for yourself and others, and you will do just fine. You'll be in this power and you'll be feeling strong, and you will see things unify back together, creating your destined reality for the month of August and beyond. So group number 3, that is the reading that I have. That's the message. If you felt called to group 1 or any of the other groups in this reading, feel free to check those out as well. And I'm sending you all my love for August. And if you guys are interested in diving deeper, we do have memberships here on the channel where we do weekly readings for the members and monthly live streams for the Soul Family members. There's 2 tiers, Soul Tribe and Soul Family. Thank you to everyone who supports the channel in various ways, either through the memberships or donations of decks, cards, money, even just saying thank you is always appreciated. Thank you guys. And if you want to book a personal reading, I am offering those for a limited time. You can find the link to order in the description box below. Much love and gratitude, guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.